Hey everyone, it's Mary-Ann again today. I am creating a layout using the May 2022 main kit and the color extravaganza kit and the embellishment kit. You just saw a little image of the items that I think I'm going to be using in this layout, but of course everything changes. I've decided to use the shape of tags for my layout, and I'm also going to be creating a layout on a slant or on a diagonal. You can see here that I pulled out an old ruler that helps me rip paper, but do not do what I did. I went backwards. I started with the largest piece of paper. I wanted to layer 3 or 4 pieces of paper for all those beautiful patterns, and excuse my gray head right there. Sorry about that. And I started with the largest piece, which would be the base triangle, but I should have started with the smallest, and it would have been easier to figure out where to rip and what to rip if I would have started with smallest to largest. So remember that when it's your turn, if you're going to try a diagonal and try to rip or cut pieces, always start with the smaller piece and layer that on top of the large. Because if I left this whole thing in, you should have seen me trying to figure out how to cut the pieces for the paper that would fit on top of the paper that's underneath the stack. Anyway, doesn't work good that way. So try it with the smallest first. So look at these pattern papers. I mean, it's really hard to pick because they're all so gorgeous, and I didn't want to really use a corner of a piece of any of these papers because I wanted the paper as a whole. They were absolutely gorgeous. These papers are from all over. It's a mixture of different companies this week in this, or this month in this kit club. You'll see some Heidi Swap embellishments, some exclusive Hit Kit Club embellishments, things from Color Cast, things from American Crafts. It's just a lot of fun. So I've got my papers layered on a diagonal, and you know I love to zhuzh up my papers. You'll see that in a few minutes. But there's an exclusive tag die set that Hit Kit Club has, and that's what I cut my tags with. And then I went back and I grabbed some gray paper and did the little tabs for the top of the tags. I did gray because it worked well with that gray paper that's at the top triangle. And it brought that out just a little bit. And I didn't want to use black or white. I felt like it would get lost. So I've got those layered. And now if I found it easy to turn my layout upside down and work on that triangle. And then I could really see where the placement should be. And then I just added the tags down, and my photos were backed with foam tape and added on top of my tags. So you'll see me switch this layout all around. I've turned it upside down for the majority, I think, of creating this layout. It just helped. I also turned it on an angle in a few minutes to try to add things in a straight line that go with the cut line. So you'll see that. I love these two photos of me and my husband. He looks exactly the same in both photos. And then who's the crazy person who has to make a funny face? If my grandmother were alive, she'd be like, why do you got to stick out your tongue? Anyway, I use my Tim Holtz stapler to attach that down. And then I also use the stapler in the corners of the triangle. I wanted to add a little bit of metal for a little more texture. So I went through the exclusive floral packet, the little embellishment packet, or ephemera packet, if you will, and added flowers underneath my diagonal line. So everything is like kind of tucked in. Anything that hangs over the edges, I trim off a little bit later. But I really, really love these flowers. I tried to get some use out of the green on each of those and added green leaves where I felt like I needed them as well. So some were attached with a glue and some were attached with foam tape. I wanted a little dimension. And then I decided I wanted to use the stamp set by Jen Hatfield and bring in that little butterfly that's on that stamp set. So I lifted up some of the flowers that I'd already put down to be able to tuck that little butterfly underneath. It was super cute. I felt, I like an odd number. So I think I stamped it 5 times. I'm not sure. So, and then out of the American Crafts, what are these called? American Crafts Wildflowers. They're really thick. I decided on the little pink I think it says together embellishment that's in that package, and that floral embellishment as well. It says I love you on the little banner. It's really super cute. So I dug out the butterflies from the ephemera pack, and I wanted to layer them with the white fabric exclusive butterflies. Now, I do believe another designer did the same thing. I may have got the idea from her, and I, at this moment, cannot recall who it was, but I saw butterflies layered a couple of different places over the last week or so. And so when I saw the butterflies, I knew I wanted to tone down the color and have more of the white fabric ones showing. So that's what I did here. Wasn't an original idea. I know I copied someone, but not sure at this minute who it was. I will post all the information about the kit down below. You'll see that. You'll see that in this kit also, I have some color cast acrylic flowers, and I tried to place those where they would be coordinating with the large flower, and then a smaller flower that didn't coordinate, that was a little bit different. So in the close-ups, you'll really see how gorgeous those are. They're a little thick, so I tried to place them where I did not use foam tape before. So here's where I went and I zhuzhed up my papers and my flowers to make them look like they have a little more dimension. Of course, when they go in an album sleeve, they will flatten, but for photo purposes, they sure do look good, juzzed up. I don't even think that's a word. I'm not sure. The Heidi Swap labels here, sticker labels, are gorgeous. The ombre worked perfectly with this kit. I used a few sentiments along with my flowers. You'll see those in the close-up as well. And I went back and I stamped a couple of I love yous or love you from the stamp set. In here, I channeled my inner Missy Whidden and clumped some twine, not string, but twine. And then I just used a little bit of clear glue to tack that in place so that they wouldn't get all disheveled and stuff like that. So I really hope you enjoyed this layout. I really had a great time mixing and matching all of the different products that are included in this kit. Here you'll find some close-ups. I absolutely love the stamping detail. It's just a little in behind the scenes. It's a lot of fun. So I will see you next time. And I believe I'm going to use the hexagon die cuts that are exclusive to Hit Kit Club too. So yay! See you soon.